Okay, boys and girls, it's SirToys time again, and let's review something that I was actually really looking forward to. Let's see if I still should be. So let's review this SirToys KO Kingdom Dinosaur Beast Wars, whatever it is, Megatron. And you might be wondering why I'm holding it like this. Well, the knees aren't very great. It's a shame, but you know. So he is Beast Wars Megatron, effectively. He's got his little T-Rex arms, he's got his little open and closing jaw, and the head doesn't turn. Some paints there. I don't know if this is a sealed piece or if I can dislodge it or something and get it to bend, but it doesn't want to. So I'm a bit cautious about that. Got the greeny paint, which is that's sort of like a turquoisey paint. Nothing. Dark, like pale turquoisey silver. Darker, slightly darker turquoisey silver. Much darker turquoisey silver. And somewhere in between these two on the end of the tail. With orange all the way underneath. Like it's been quickly sprayed on afterwards. The paint's not great is what I'm trying to say. But once I've tightened up the joints, because that should be okay, I should be able to do that. The legs I'm very impressed with. I assume it's just part of the transformation. But especially when you see how it transforms, the way the hips work with the forward and backwards and everything, very impressed. It's even got a little bit of in and out. Breaks up the mould slightly, but even a bit of in and out. Now, knee, swivel at the knee, although it doesn't seem to want to, it's a bit tight. And a bend up and down, although this one is tight, on the ankle. No side to side. No, I think that's just the plastic. I don't think it actually does side to side. So I don't know if it should have that, but it doesn't. And like I say, the arms are, I assume, little ball joints or something, or no, I think they're just little swivels. And that's all he is in dinosaur mode. Ooh, he's standing, okay. But it's not bad. Now, for a size comparison, I can quite happily just give you Legacy Dragstrip that I keep calling Legacy Wild Rider because I'm stupid. But if that's not disco enough for you, Age of Extinction Leader Class Scorn. Or is it the Last Night? It's the Last Night, actually, I believe. Leader Class Scorn. So, as far as the big dinos go, is this Voyager? No, this is Voyager, sorry. But he's about the size of a leader. So, Megs is maybe a bit bigger. Sorry, he's standing awkwardly because that's about the only way I've found a game to stand. I'd say Megs is maybe a little bit bigger. Maybe just a smidge. Okay. So I suppose we should transform him. Yay. I don't know how much different this is to the original. I assume some parts are the same and some parts are very different. Very different. So we're going to pop up the hip section here. Come on. These little bits just sort of hook around the thigh and they kind of catch on this pad while we're doing it. While we're here, we might as well pull this part out, rotate it up. There's a little lump there, can you see that? And there's a divot there for beast mode and a divot there for robot mode. So you bring that up and slide that back in. Let's do the other side. Pop that loose. That's where you try to jump out, rotate it around, and shove it in. Okay. Now this is what I'm saying. For the hips, it actually moves around on this C-shaped slider, which I believe it does on the official. But for it to still be working on a knockoff, I'm very impressed with. So, you know, credit where credit's due on that one. So, I don't know if you have to do this, but I'm just going to shove it as far around as I can. For argument's sake. just to, you know, that might need to be tightened up actually a little bit, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, we're gonna get this tail piece, and we're gonna put, there's this little clip bit here that goes in. There's a little slot there, can you see? So get that loose, rotate the arms down nice and flat along the side, and split this section, and fold it out. What's that catching on? There, underneath. Right, good. Okay. Now we're going to get this bit, and what we need to do is untab the hip for the Dinosaur mode from there, and there, which will allow us to bring this all the way up. Okay. And what are we doing now? Rotate this piece out. There you go. And now we've basically got it in an absolute mess. So there, it's done. What do you think? No. Okay. Okay, that's a problem I've got with this knockoff. Well, we'll check that in a minute. Using these gradable hinges, we're going to fold this over into the middle, fold this over into the middle, and tab them together. And straighten out the legs. Okay. Let's get this back as it was. These little, see the dot with the line? Dot with the line go into these. And unfortunately, they have a tendency of popping out. It's one of the worst things about this. So we're going to shove those back in. Going to flip out the head. Going to turn this, trying not to get anything wrong. Okay, rotate this bit on the back down. We need to fold these out as far as they go on the hinge without trying to break anything. And now this, there's that little notch there, and this little piece here. We need to just line all this up and get it to clop together. Clop, is that a word? Get this down, rotate it. As you can tell, it's stiff. Get this down, rotate it, and that's trying to rotate off the mushroom pin. There we go, come on. No, it's trying to pop off again. Come on, go on. See, I could do with a bit of oil or something on some of these, but I haven't done it for the sake of the review. Fold open this panel, and it's like that. Try and make sure it doesn't come off. There we go. And I guess turn this around. And that's pretty much it in robot mode. The hip waists come under. Right, give me a second while I try and tidy this up, because if I can get this folded out far enough, it does give clearance for everything. But I've got to do it far enough. Try not to pop the back off. Okay. So there he is in robot mode. And the backpack's a nightmare, but I'm not sure how it is on the official. I'm pretty sure on the official these panels fold down or up or something, so they're not as obvious, or they make it easier to move things around. And I assume it's not directly up from the back of the waist like it is here, and it's not on that angle, it's more flat, so there must be another hinge in there, which this one doesn't have. But judged just on as it is, he's alright. The arm's quite nicely moulded. There's no extra panel to fold this piece, it's just one solid lump. So you can't fold this out of the way. This doesn't double hinge, so you can't fold it flat. There's no piece here that folds around to be the other part of the grippy claw. So instead it's more like a punchy, stabby lance weapon. Bit unfortunate. The head, there's no swivel to turn it. There's no rotation, so the head's got to be upside down, and there's no moulded in gun. So, you know, the hip guns, I quite like the hip guns, but they're angled down. The angle that, like, if they pegged in, come here, like that, at least they'd be facing forward. But they're not. They tap in like that, so they're pointing down. So I guess he has to just sort of go, haha, but it, you know, like into a really weird pose. I don't know. And again, without all the stuff on the back, you know, arms will go 360. There's a 360 waist. You know, legs will go everywhere. He's quite well articulated. He's actually really good. The problem is primarily this backpack, and again, it's these pieces with the sort of like the circle and the line, and they go onto these pieces here. But should this have another hinge so it goes flat on the original? Because this doesn't. This literally, once you shove it, and they are all the way here at the bottom, you have to shove those all the way on, and I'm tempted to put a bit of glue on them just so they don't keep falling off, and that's what we end up with. There's not much more I can do about it. Now you see, I got the instructions with this. It came with the instructions. Thank you, SirToys, for what good they do me, because if you look at this and the way all of this works, this is the wrong way around. Hang on. You look at this. Where am I? Try and find some of these panels. Yeah, like the neck piece here is a separate panel, but it's split in half here. And basically, I believe this is the official instructions, because this has even got, where is it? The bit that folds out to be a pincer. These double hinge over. All this kind of stuff, which this doesn't have. And do you know what the clincher is? Because I purposely kept this folded over on purpose. That's on the normal instructions. This is what they've put on. This is what they've put on their own. And even this isn't right, because it's still got the pincer, which it doesn't have. So basically, they can't even get their own knockoff straight. Yeah. Can I do some work to it? I do intend to, because this is, unless I can get hold of one, this is my Kingdom Megatron. I haven't got the official. So if I can get this head to bend, if I can try and force some kind of swivel in here, that, I don't know if there's much I can do with that. And the head, like I can put the fake little teeth in here, you know, in here. What was that? I have to try and carve them into this silver piece, or try and put them at the front. The front sounds easier. But this head, look at his little face. He just seems happy to be alive. Hi everybody, I bought some cakes. Would you like to be my friend? He's a cheerful little fella, and that just won't do. So I'm going to have to try and remold the head to look more like Kingdom Megs. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. I'm not looking forward to it. I've just had enough fun doing that slingshot repaint, which turned out surprisingly well. But if anyone wants to see that, let me know. Yeah, and the other option I've got is if I make this detachable, and then it could be a flight mode or something, try and do something like that with it. I don't know. Answers on a postcode, boys and girls. But the point is, I need to do something with it. And, like, even the chest, right? Where's the pictures? Give me a second. Even the chest isn't accurate to the source material. I mean, the legs are pretty good. I'll give them the legs. But the chest and the head... I mean, the head, basically, it's going to be trimming some of that off and then just filling it out into more of like a bucket. That's about all it's going to be. And maybe try and put some sort of chin on him. And that's about it. It's not going to be like the most detailed thing I'm ever going to do in my life. But try and make it a bit better. I don't know what I'm going to do with the chest. I might just have to leave it and deal with. Size comparison. Where am I? Kingdom Wild Rider. If that's not disco enough for you, there's a Earthrise double dealer. So it's definitely a Voyager size figure. I mean, let's get him out of the way. Let's put these two facing each other. He's taller than double dealer. He's definitely a good leader class figure. And I say all these things, I complain about all these things, but the quality of the plastic feels reasonably good. It's not amazing, reasonably good. And this was $15. $15, boys and girls. Now, they might be going on sale at some point. You can get them in different colours. $15. It's got to be worth a punt, especially if you've got any skill at fixing these things, which I don't. I fully suggest, if you've got any kind of, interest in fixing it or repainting it or doing some kind of tweaks to it, try and make it good. Not that it isn't good, but, better. Do it. Fully endorse you. Go ahead. Show me what you do. But I need to do some work on this guy. I don't mind him. I kind of like his little face, like, hi everybody, are we friends? I like him. He's good. The head's on a little... Is it on a ball joint? I think so. But he's a nice little guy. I don't really want to have to mangle him. But unless I can get Kingdom Megatron, I'm going to have to mangle him. There's no other choice. And glue this backpack in place. I don't know. I'm not going to do it tonight, so, answers on a postcode, any suggestions, anything like that, I'll see what I can do. I'm going to scarper because it's nearly bedtime. So, I should be ugly, I should be wretched, and I shall see all of you in the next one. When I get knocked off in some sort of Asian country and try to sell as a cheap version of me, but probably has more subscribers and... Wait. Never mind. Bye!